What is up, Cool Kids Club? This is Joe here with Joey Videos, and I am bringing you a new episode of Joey Just Wants to Talk About Things. And I'm going to tell you what my top favorite mon of each type is. A couple of my friends have been doing this. Raz did a video, Monkey Race did a video, Joey's trying to figure out how to do a video. Sidewalk Clothes is actually the one who first challenged me with it. He did his own video. Again, I'll try to put a link to all those down in the description. Again, it's just kind of a fun little thing. So again, I'm going to run through each of the types. I think there are, 18 different types. I got my list right in front of me. I'm going to run through the 18 different types. I'm going to tell you what my favorite mon is, and then I might do a little bit of reason why. Some of them, the reasons are just like, oh, this is kind of cool. But some of them actually have a little bit longer than that, but nothing too dramatic. So it'll be a pretty short video. Again, if you saw my Twitter, you already know this list, so follow me on Twitter so you can get all this super fun stuff beforehand. Also, follow me on Instagram because you can get a lot of exclusive photos. I think this is also on Instagram as well. I don't remember. So my first type is Grass. My favorite Grass type mon I put as Sceptile. So why I like Sceptile is honestly just because he's my first ever starter of Gen 3. I mentioned this in a video before. I was on the playground right when Gen 3 came out, right when Sapphire came out, and one of my friends was like, dude, you're gonna get Sapphire, right? And I was like, I mean, I love Crystal, sure, I'll get Sapphire. And he's like, dude, Trico's so lit, isn't he? And I was like, yeah, sure, Trico's lit. Again, we were like 8, and I doubt lit was a thing yet, but he said, Trico's so cool, right? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I did it just because he said so, and then I liked Sceptile a lot. Sceptile is super cool. I know Raz has Grovyle as his favorite, or at least it's one of his favorite grass types, but I like Sceptile better. Second, Fire. You guys all know who my favorite fire is. It's favorite. It is Typhlosion, my all-time most favorite mon. Again, why is this? It's just because he's my first ever starter. Like, my first 3, Grass, Fire, and Water, are all 3 starters. I have 2 other starters later on in the list. I really like starters. Like, there's a emotional connection you get with starters that's just super special. And Favorite's my favorite. Like, he just is. Like, Typhlosion is the best. He's my favorite mon, period. I there's something about, like, I literally, like, when I see his Gen 2 sprite, like, it just, it's too good. I don't understand. I love this. Favorite, Typhlosion. Favorite fire. Third, my favorite water type, another starter, for Alligator. Again, Gen 2 is my favorite generation. For Alligator, I've actually also started with. Again, you would think, oh, he always picks Cyndaquil, but I wanted to try to do all 3. I never used Meganium because Meganium's trash. Just kidding, Bronze awesome. But for Alligator, I think looks really cool. He's got, especially later gens when he gets like Ice Fang and it's a physical type move, because he in Gen 2 he's actually not that good. He's a physical attacker, and Water's obviously special attack in Gen 2. But I don't know, he looks really cool. I used to love alligators as a kid. Like, I don't know why. Like, I could go on for tons of stories about me loving alligators. But, like, I'll do a really brief one. Again, we used to go down to the beach all the time. Like, not all the time, but, like, every summer we'd go to the beach and we'd go to Disney World. Like, it would be, like, a 1-week trip. We'd spend, like, a day in Disney and then a week at the beach. And close to the beach, we would go on the east coast of Florida. St. Augustine's on the east coast, and there's like a giant like alligator farm in St. Augustine, and I love the crap out of this place. We went like all the time, almost every year. And like one year I got like there was a Beachcomber is the name of the hotel we loved. They got destroyed in a tornado, and my mom like cried her eyes out. But we were at the Beachcomber one year, and we hadn't stopped by the farm again that I love. So I had like a couple alligator toys that I had brought along with me because I had a load of alligator toys. I would always buy alligator toys at the farm. I had a couple, but nothing like that awesome. And this one kid at the pool was like playing with an alligator toy, and I went up to him. I was like, "Hey, can I play with your alligator toy?" And he said no. And then I was sad and I cried, and my mother got in the car, went to the alligator farm, bought me the biggest alligator toy they had, and we went back to the pool the next day, and I wanted to be a little asshole about it. I wanted to like rub it in his face, like, look at my giant alligator, it's so much cooler than yours. My mom made me share. But that all to say, I like alligators. For Alligator is my favorite water type. Favorite normal type, mascot of the channel, hashtag Rattata. I just really do. Like, I like Rattata. Again, I mentioned it before. Like, when I came up with the Youngster Joey videos idea, it was just one of those, like, Youngster Joey's an NPC. Joey's my name. That works. But now after like using Rattata so much in the series, like I like Rattata. It's a fun mon. It looks cool. People think it's trash. Those people are wrong. Favorite electric type? Jolteon. Don't have much of a story about it. I just like it. I like Electivire a lot too. I was thinking of a couple other ones that I really like. Luxray is really cool, but I think Jolteon is my favorite. I like the evolutions. I have another evolution on here. Definitely, I say Jolteon is my favorite evolution, but the other one I have on here is also a really close second, or maybe a first. Like I really like both these evolutions. But Jolteon is my favorite electric type. Psychic, Alakazam, he's the bomb.com. Again, Psychic, or Alakazam, I didn't have a whole lot as a kid. I had it in one or two of my playthroughs of Crystal. But I didn't trade a lot because, like, I mean, my dad had the game, but it was one of those things, like, he played, got 249 mons, he didn't get Celebi or Mew. But he did that, and I thought, I was like, oh, so BA. But then I was like, then he was done. So I couldn't, like, trade with him. So again, I had Alakazam in one or two of my playthroughs, but not all of them. But I don't know. He's just something about Alakazam. When I think of really good Psychic type, that's what pops in my head. Like obviously Mewtwo is really good, and I gotta have another Psychic type mon later on the list. And I like Psychic types in general. They're always seem OP. Again, especially since I play the early gen so much. But I don't know. Alakazam, I like him a lot. One quick note to add on the list. I'm looking at the entirety of the list. Every single mon is Gen 3 or newer. So, take that as you may. I don't know any of the newer gens. Like I played Gen 4 obviously, and I play X and Y, and I'm doing the Black series right now, and I haven't played Sun. But I just looked at my list, and every single one of my mons is Gen 3 or newer. So that's funny. Fighting type. Again, if you've hung around the channel for a while, you probably aren't surprised by this, but it's All Might. It's Machamp, Mr. Forearms. Forearms as in like this part, super swole, but also he has forearms. And yeah, I like Machamp a lot. Again, I think that's one of those things that really kind of started with the channel. Like I liked, again, I hadn't traded a lot before, and in the extreme randomizers, or just in the randomizers, you can click a button that says make impossible evolutions possible. So I've gotten Machamp in like almost every one of my series. And he's just really cool. Like Machoke I always thought was cool looking, but I never really had fighting types because like I didn't like the Hitmons that much. And again, Machoke wasn't strong late game. Like it's pretty good, but like as soon as I could become Machamp, I'm like he's a viable member of every team. So I almost always have a Machamp on my team now. I really like him. He's great. My voice is a little sore. I'm sorry about that. Favorite rock type, again, maybe not surprised to you guys, is Tyranitar. I love Tyranitar. Probably my second favorite mon, period. Again, I just really like Tyranitar. He's a really cool mon. Not a huge reason for it, other than I remember playing Crystal and getting Larvitar in the cave that leads to Red. I don't remember the exact cave. Mount Silver, I think is his name. And or the cave's name. And I was like, what is this little, why is there like a level 10 mon here? All these other mons are level 50. Like, what the heck? And my dad's like, catch it. Catch it. It's cool. Trust me. So I catch level 10 mon and level it up, level it up, level it up, level it up. Get a Tyranitar. And I'm like, dude. It's like, it's really cool. Its design is cool. It's a dinosaur. Like, I don't know. I like it. One thing I don't like about Tyranitar is I wish it was ground. I think ground dark would be better because I want Earthquake. I want Earthquake to be a stab move. Like, he even learns Earthquake at, like, 56, I think. Well, Pupitar learns at 56 in Gen 3, I'm pretty sure. So if you, like, wait one level to evolve, you can get Earthquake early. Otherwise, you get, like, 63 or something like that. Anyway, he gets Earthquake by level up, high level, because Earth or ground is better than Rock, but it's fine. Favorite ground type, another starter, Swampert. Again, it's a fully evolution, obviously not literally Mudkip, but I really like Swampert. Again, my first time playing through Gen 3, I had Trico. I mentioned that. And I got through the game. I got all the way through the game, and then my dad buys Ruby. And he's like, hey, I want to get all 200 mons, trade me all 3 starters. And I'm like, look, dickhole. Sorry, it's late. Apparently I curse a little bit when it's late. Look, jerk. I can't trade you a mon without restarting my game. I've already beaten the game. I have a Trico level like 85. I have a Kyogre level like 100. Like, I'm done. Like, and this was a time where I thought I didn't think about the fact that it's fun to replay a game. So he talked me into restarting the game because he's like, I bought that game for you. You're gonna restart. So then I traded him all 3 starters, but I went ahead and traded him all 3 starters twice. So basically, the second time I played through, I had all 3 starters. I had Trico, I had Torchic, and I had Mudkip. And by the end of the game, I'm loving Swampert. Like, I'm at the end of the game, I remember going through Victory Road, and like Swampert's like level 60, and everyone else on my team, or like the other 2 stars, like level 45. Like they're like falling behind. And I had a Kyogre obviously up high, and then Swampert. Even though I already had a water type in Kyogre, I love Swampert. Favorite ground type. Really cool mon. Again, really cool typing. Like, I even like Wooper, or not Wooper, but I really like Quagsire a lot too. I just think the typing is really cool because again, Electric to me is a lot stronger than grass type. Like, I'm sure it's not really, but like in my head it is. So I'm more scared of grass type or electric types. So the fact that bam, it's weak to, like, you can't hurt it with electric because it's ground, it makes it like a much more viable water type in my opinion. So Swampert, favorite ground type. Again, this is kind of a longer video than I meant to be, but it's fine. Favorite flying type, Charizard. He's awesome. Do I need to say anything else? Like, he's a dragon that's not really a dragon. I just put regular Charizard as my favorite. I like X and Y Megas, both, but I think just straight up regular Charizard, maybe shiny Charizard, if that would be an option, just like the black regular Charizard, like a shiny regular Charizard, my all-time. Again, the flying and the dark are my 2 favorite shinies, period. Like, I love them, I don't know why. Again, Charizard, favorite flying, he's great. Favorite bug, Scyther. I don't really like bug types. This one was kind of hard to me. I was like, bug, I don't like any of them. And then I was reading through the list, and I was like, oh, Pinsir and Scyther are pretty cool. Heracross isn't bad. Like, there are a couple cool bugs. I just don't like bug types. My least favorite type. There's garbage. Poison, Crobat. I've been naming them Beast Boy in the series. I think that helps. Again, I never used Poison or Bug as a kid. I just didn't. But I like Crobat. He's a cool guy. He flies. He's got 4 arms. I have a thing for dudes with 4 arms. I like Poison, or I like Crobat. I like Machamp. 4 arms are cool. Favorite dark type, again, my second or first favorite shiny. I'm not really sure. Also, my first or second favorite evolution. That's Umbreon. Super cool. It's shiny. It's like, looks like normal Umbreon, but with the blue instead of yellow. And I'm just like, dude, that's a cool looking shiny. Again, I really like, I guess I like mons that are black when they're shiny. Like, again, Charizard's black, Umbreon stays black, and then again, the blue accents. So cool. Favorite ghost type? Gengar. The only ghost that matters. The only ghost that's in the first gen. Again, it's super weak in Gen 1 because it's not super effective against Psychics, and Psychic is super effective against it. But I like it. It looks cool. It's super fast. That's good. Again, my favorite ice type was another one that was a little difficult for me. I was like, I don't know, I like Lapras. Is that my favorite ice type? Again, ice is just a type I hadn't used a lot. And I'm scrolling through the list, and then I saw Kenya. I saw Glalie, and I was like, Glade's a pretty cool mon. Like, he looks cool. Again, he looks like he should be dark type, and I don't think he is. And again, I haven't used Glalie a lot. I'm not an expert on Glalie, but I like him a lot. He looks kind of badass. He's like, argh. Favorite steel type? Steelix. I like him. That's all I got. He's cool. Favorite dragon type? Rayquaza. I was thinking through them because, again, dragon's a type I like a lot, but I don't ever use because, like, they always so late game. Like, I don't think I've used them almost any series I've done. That might not be true, but they're so late game. Like, you have to deal with, you know, a Dratini forever, and then you get a Dragonair, which is weak and garbage, and then you get Dragonite, which is a little overrated. Like, I like Dragonite, he's cool, overrated. Salamence looks really cool, never really used him. Garchomp, it looks cool, don't know anything about it. Flygon, doesn't have a Mega, Super Troll, bad moveset. Then I thought, Rayquaza. When you catch Rayquaza for the first time in Sapphire, at least for me, it came out in 2003, I'm a little 8-year-old kid, and I'm going through the thing, and that puzzle took me forever. It's not even a puzzle, it's just literally trying to get up the top, not falling through the things. It took me, like, probably literally days to get through that tower. I get all the way top. I see a level 70 mon, and I catch it. And it also, I never used my Ultra Balls on, or I never used my Master Balls on static, legendaries. I always waited for the roaming legendary. So I'm catching this with an Ultra Ball. I obviously saved beforehand because I was gonna get it. So I save, I go in there, and then it uses Outrage, and it wipes out most of my team. And I didn't know anything about typing, so I didn't know Ice Beam on Kyogre was super effective. So I'm probably using Surf or maybe even Grovyle with Leaf Blade. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm getting it down. It's using Outrage. It's wiping out my team. I'm cycling through revives. And then I get it down to really low health. And I'm like, and again, I don't know anything about paralysis or sleep. I'm not even worried about it. I'm just throwing Ultra Balls. Ultra Ball, Ultra Ball, Ultra Ball, Ultra Ball. I get down to really low health. And then it's confused. And it kills itself. And I'm like, what the? And I do it again. And it kills itself. And I'm like, what the? And then when you finally catch it, and it's level 70, and you can just sweep the whole Elite Four again and 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 again with it, you're just like, dude, Rayquaza is clean. And again, it's one of those like stories and like feelings I had forgotten about, but like as soon as I'm going through this list, I'm like, I remember my first Rayquaza. It was clean. I loved it. And that's part of why I really like this list, but I kind of like this video. Like again, I was planning on just kind of like listing them off, but this is fun to get to kind of remember some fun stories. Favorite fairy type, last one. This one I don't have as much nostalgia for because fairy is obviously the newest type. But my favorite fairy type is Gardevoir. Specifically on the little image I put out, I put Mega Gardevoir. I'm a little bit back and forth. I don't really care which one. To me, they're basically the same. When I went through X and Y, it was the only time I've ever used a fairy type because I still haven't played Sun and Moon. I still don't really know what fairy's good against and what fairy's bad against. I think Steel, it's one or the other. Steel is probably super effective against fairy. Now that I think about that, that's like a mythology thing. Because it's in like Peter Pan anyway. Anyway, whatever. I still don't know a lot about fairy types, but I remember when I went through X and Y, I had a Gardevoir. Thought it was super cool. I like Gardevoir a lot. I almost put Gardevoir as my favorite psychic type. Again, Alakazam is what I think of first when I think what's my favorite psychic type. But then I was like, ooh, I do love Gardevoir. So I'm really glad I got a place for it down at the bottom with a fairy. Like, I don't even know all the fairy types. You got the Granbull and Swabluble. You got Mimikyu, which is a cool concept, but I don't, never used it. So really, this is just my favorite psychic type, number 2. But I like Gardevoir a lot. I liked it in X and Y. It was my Mega. I had 2 Megas. I think I started saying that. I had Mega Charizard and Mega Gardevoir. I just kind of used them interchangeably, depending on what the battle needed. Which is probably not, quote unquote smart, but that's what I did. Yeah, and I really like Gardevoir. Cool mon. Cool look. Yeah, that's all I got. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment down below. Tell me your favorite mons of any type. Again, I can try to put the link of the video or the website I use to make my little list. But all you gotta do is like type in the Google like favorite type of each mon or whatever. That's what I did, and I came up with this image, and it was literally the exact same image generator Sidewalk used and other people used. Like, it works super well. But yeah, again, if you like the video, leave a like, comment down below. Follow me on Twitter, again, so you can get these cool images early. Join the Discord so you can chat with me. You can chat with Joel. Again, I'm also going to put the description other people who've done similar videos because they're my friends, and I like them. And you should check out theirs as well. And again, tell me your favorite mons of each type, or maybe like, hey, Joey, Rattata is trash, or like, hey, your favorite fighting type is Machamp, basic. It should be Hitmontop. Be nicer than that, but tell me what I got wrong. Tell me what I got right. Thanks for watching.